So you see the fresh dog fennels here. There's trees planted in there. Behind the Ranger, you can see that's all grown up in there. So mosquito there. Just to give you an idea, there's a new pine tree. There's another one there. Another one there. Right back in there. So yeah, some of them made it, some of them didn't. That's all right. All right, so you can see where this is cultivated here. I went around the outside edge here. You see all that little green speckling down the sides there, just inside. That's brown top coming up. And then I planted soybeans, and some of them are still coming up and some of them are gone, just stems. I mean, they're killing them. Some of them are doing okay, but I flagged an area over there. So I planted, try to keep some of the deer out, just to kind of see, kind of like a test cage like I did. All this is brown top. There's some grass, but most of it's brown top. But when it started coming up, they're just killing it. I mean, so about halfway through here, I switched from beans, 2 rows of beans, to a bean and a sorghum row. And trying to see where that started, somewhere in here, right here. You can see that's the sorghum row, but it got so hot, and as that stuff started to bust through the ground, I feel like it burned it off, because the sorghum just doesn't look too good. Oh well. Maybe some of it'll make, some of it won't. But this, I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna go over this whole field with buckwheat. But you can see some beans coming up there. They just hadn't found them yet. Maybe some of them are coming up a little later. But most of this whole field should be green right now. But most of it's stems. So to give you an idea, this is a row of beans right here. Yeah, you can't see them. This is what it should look like. So you've got everything eaten all the way up, and then you got the little cage here, and they're staying away from it. So, but we got brown top all the way across the top, all the way down that side over there. I had extra seed. I said, throw it out there. And then we've got, you can see some sorghum there coming up in a row down this side. So maybe some of it will make it. So what I'm planning on doing is coming in, just because I know the beans aren't going to make it, is I'll come in and we'll put out the buckwheat. I may just throw it on top of the ground, since there's so much dirt, and if I can time it when we get a little bit of rain, it should wash it in and it should come up pretty good. If for some reason I decide to, I may take the disc and just tickle the top of the soil from the edges of the brown top down, and or spread the seed and then tickle the top of the soil. But anyway, that's kind of what I've been doing in the food plot. You see the little white block there? That's a pure salt block. They go back to them spots. Nothing's growing there, so I keep them out here. So you can see what I've done here, and my trees flagged. They're getting bigger, so I've had to increase the distance out from the edges, because the deer are eating excuse me, eating the branches off. So, and leaves, because, you know, they're browsers. They eat that stuff. So, anyway, so I sprayed most of this little area, and then I tilled it. I'm going to just let it sit. I may till it another time. And then up here around the water trough, on the other side of the pellet feeder, I tilled a little area here too, that I'm gonna plant in. There's another salt spot. Now you notice this is where they've pawed and made a hole. And then of course, as it rains, that salt, you know, dissolves and kind of goes down this little area here. But these areas are just covered in tracks. And the salt was gone, so I bought 2. You can spend $4 or $5 for a 2-pound brick, or you can spend $10 on a 50-pound block. So that's the reason why I got the big ones. They're not really scared of them. Anyway, so we got the water trough out there, and then we got this new little area here. We'll plant something. I don't know, maybe we'll do something like just do turnips in one of them, and do maybe radishes in the other one, or maybe chicory. We'll do something. And then so the cages around the trees, like I said, the branches were getting browsed on, so I enlarged the little cages a little bit to keep them from munching on them. That's a hybrid chestnut. Hopefully in another couple years it'll start producing. And these are persimmons, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's a plum over there. And you can see right here, this is what I'm talking about. See these lower branches? The deer ate all the leaves off of them. That may not be far enough, but I could see where they were starting to hit them. So I did some work on them. And this is a persimmon as well. I have found out that the tree tubes make a huge difference. So if you're going to plant trees, put them in a tube. They'll grow way quicker. That's us. That's kind of where we're at. And this drainage behind us here, you see grown up behind the pellet feeder, it's got pines in it this year as well. And it makes a nice natural little barrier here. But once those pines get up, I would say in 2 to 3 years from now, they should be as high as these weeds. And there'll be a nice little barrier here, which will, you know, break yourself up, where this will be a nice area for a bow stand or something. And then you have the bigger field on the other side. And anytime you add edge, is what I call this, into the field, where it breaks it up, you know, deer can slip out. They feel more comfortable slipping out because they've got these borders in there, and they know that if they get startled, within a second or two, they can be in the woods, and they feel, you know, they feel safe. That's where we're at. Just kind of give you a shout out, show you what's going on in the food plot. Some of you are probably wondering, does he ever have time to work? Yeah, I don't know if you can see the deer tracks, but they're there. That's what this is for. This is solely for the deer to eat. And, you know, I throw stuff out there, and some years they don't touch it as much. For example, if there were beans in these bigger fields around us, this would not get hit near as much. But the fact that it's corn, and that's not really what they want right now, and these beans came up, they say, hey, this is the filet mignon, let's get it. And they got it. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. A little different thing. It's not sunflowers, it's deer and other wildlife. I do a little bit for everything. But all God's creatures benefit from this. in one way, shape, or form, everything will benefit from this field and what I do. And that's the satisfaction I get. Y'all take care. I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for everything he's done for me. And we'll keep you posted, maybe while we're planting the buckwheat or whatever we end up deciding to do. But y'all have a good day. We'll talk to you again soon. And El Jefe out.